Hello and welcome back to Mayfair Prestige. Today we're going to be reacting to some videos that you guys sent me, because in our last videos actually have been doing quite well on TikTok, surprisingly. I didn't think it would do so well, but it's gaining some traction, which is great to see. And the comments, I've been reading them all and they're fantastic. So today we've been emailed some new videos. I have not seen these videos, I promise you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hit play on this MacBook and we are going to react to these videos. So let's see what we got. I think you guys are setting me up because I can see the clear, and it's his initials are AT, known as Top G. I've been told I can't say his name because they cancel the videos if you say his name now, because I don't know why. I think the guy's a nice guy, seems alright, I don't know. Let's just watch the video. So here we go, we're gonna see what's going on here.
Infamous figures on the internet right now, largely because of his car collection that is said to be worth $10 million. Does he really have that many cars, and why did they get him in so much trouble? Seeing as he's worth $350 million, you just know we gotta start with the over-the-top rides anyone worth that much money simply has to drive. By far his finest ride is his Bugatti Chiron Pure Sport. This
American dude who's doing the narrating for this video has called it a Bugatti Chiron. A Bugatti Chiron. What?
Chiron?
It's a shear on you, donut.
Chiron.
I mean, honestly, how can you not do any research before you narrated some video you put together? Chiron. Veyron. You.
This is one of the nicest cars money can buy, with a top speed of 304 miles per hour. Even more impressive than that is its design, which is a perfect cross between a
I love a Bugatti, you know. When I first saw the Veyron, like in Top Gear many years ago, that we all saw when they went round and did the top speed, you know, you think it's a really big car, but actually, when you get next to a Veyron, they're not actually that big.
Ride in a freaking
Chiron
race car.
Is just incredible.
No wonder this thing costs upwards of $5.2 million. Andrew,
this might be what it's worth, every penny.
Tate drove his orange Bugatti like Dominic Toretto drives his Dodge Charger. He even went so far as to buy the
I like a Dodge Charger. Now that's a cool car as well.
Matching Bugatti watch. That alone set him back another $450,000. So he has to be pretty.
Don't get me started on watches. I got a lot to talk about watches about. I could do a whole YouTube, TikTok world on watches. But yeah, that watch he's talking about is made by Jacob & Co. The Bugatti watch.
Crushed given what horrible fate recently befell this work of art. Don't worry, we'll get to that soon. This is only the beginning though. Tate has said many times that he has over 33 supercars in his collection. Obviously, Andrew Tate is the kind of guy who owns multiple Ferraris. Look at this man's attitude. There's no way one would be enough. That includes his gorgeous Ferrari 812 Superfast. Superfast.
Love an 812 Superfast. You know, actually, speaking of 812 Superfast, some guys did comment about what cars do you own?
What colour is your Bugatti?
I've actually got two 812 Superfast. So we've got a grey one and a black one. You see them both? They're both for sale. Call me if you want to buy an 812. Amazing car, front engine, V12, GT, perfect, comfortable, sounds incredible, drives incredible, just perfect Ferrari.
Worth that $365,000. Then we've got his Ferrari 458 Italia, which can...
Now this is, I made this last time, 458 Italia, wrong Ferrari 458. If you got 350 million, buy a Speciale. Or even better still, a Speciale Aperta. They're limited production. Although the 458 is a great car. One engine of the year, like, well, I don't know how many years in a row, but great engine.
Back $248,000. Aside from Bugatti and Ferrari, one of his other favorite brands is McLaren. He's got a McLaren 720S worth $400,000.
I like the McLaren 720. You know, they come down to a really reasonable price now. I mean, if you want a car that goes, I mean, when I tell you lightning fast, and I mean lightning fast, for a small budget now, they're really good value for money. I've got to say, the 720S is a great car.
And his McLaren 765 LT worth $382,000.
Oh my God, sorry. 765 LT is... I like the 675 LT. I still think that's the best LT they made in the modern McLaren era, because I had a 675 LT. I had it from new. I actually bought it from McLaren London. I spec'd the car beautifully in Supernova silver. Oh, with matte carbon, this car was pure class, and I'm so upset I sold it. I wish I kept it. You know, I saw the car, and I shouldn't say. Anyway, I love that car, that LT. Wow. Funny enough, that was a car to buy, the 675 LT, because they really dropped in value at one stage. And I'm telling you, they were limited production, and they really came down in price. I mean, they were like sub 200. I don't know what they are now. I haven't looked, but that is a car to buy and hold on to. You know, they did make quite a few variants, because they made a coupe, then they made a Spider, then they made some HS editions and some carbon. I don't know. Anyway, it's limited production. I prefer the coupe than the Spider, but either was good. I think that's a car to actually buy at the moment.
Cars, just so everyone knows who the Don is. I'm the top G.
Top G.
Don't forget it. So yeah, these may have never been driven once. Andrew Tate is a huge James Bond fan. A fact I doubt you'll find surprising. So of course he would have at least one Aston.
I want to put a point out there, because he's gone to Aston Martin and James Bond. If it wasn't for James Bond, would Aston Martin still have survived as a company? I don't think so. I think if it wasn't for the James Bond aspect of the DB5 many years ago and the DBS or whichever one they used in the other films and all the other Astons, would they have survived as a company? Because I think what held them up for so long is that James Bond element. Anyway, it's just a thought, because they did change hands many times, really didn't make a profit. I don't think they've ever made a profit.
Martin in his collection. He's got an Aston Martin DB11, which can hit 192
DB11, I don't know, I drove one, not great.
miles per hour. It also cost him around $240,000. Not only is he a big Bond fan, but he and his fans have often taken to saying that he is actually James Bond. So what do you want to bet that this car actually has machine guns under the headlights? There's also just one car I knew that Tate had to have in his collection. That would be his $380,000 Rolls-Royce Wraith.
He bought the wrong Rolls Royce. The Wraith is a good car.
But when you're talking Rolls Royce coupes, you've only one. And this is the best one, the forgotten about one, the one that was made only to order, was never made for stock. And when you're talking about two-door Rolls Royces, there's only one, and that is the Rolls Royce Phantom Coupe Series 2.
The important part, Series 2, not Series 1. Has to be Series 2. Funny enough, I have one, and we're going to show it to you right now. We'll bring it up. Look, I'll explain it to you this way. If cars had a father, so every car in the world had a dad, the Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe is the daddy. The daddy. It's the top G of cars. When you're talking top G, the Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe Series 2 is the top G of all cars ever produced. Ever. So there is no car on this earth that doesn't have a father, and its father is that car. That car is the greatest car ever made. Move on.
One-of-a-kind luxury look and a smooth ride that only hits 155 miles per hour. It's no surprise that this is one of the most popular rides on this channel. Okay, so we've crossed off Bugatti, Rolls-Royce, Ferrari, McLaren, and Aston Martin. What's left? Oh yeah, he's got to have a Lambo, right? The man has a Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spider, one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, the Evo Spider looks nice. I think in a way better than the STO, because it hasn't got all these kind of like add-on bits that they put on the STO, and it's kind of cleaner looking. I prefer the cleaner looking lines and less kind of add-ons, you know? So yeah, the Evo does look great.
Ever constructed. This car can hit 202 miles per hour and is more than worth its $230,000. Rounding out the rest of his high-priced rides are his BMW M5 Competition worth $103,000.
I think where he let himself down, BMW M5. Although, I was thinking this on the way into work this morning, because I was watching a video yesterday. BMW have stepped up their game big time. I have to say, I'm not a massive BMW fan, but my God, the new range of BMWs. I think in the next video, I'm going to speak to our production team, because I want to look at the new range of BMWs. This i7, the new 7 Series, incredible with the big screen that comes down. M3 Touring, the Estate with the curved whole screen. I mean, they have stepped up their game massively.
$3,000. His Mercedes B63 Brabus worth
B63 Brabus.
Nice, yeah, nice, looks good.
His Porsche GT Street worth $316,000, and his Bentley Continental GT.
Love it. You know what? Continental GT is also a great car, but when you're dealing in Bentleys, remember one thing: buy V8, not W12. I think that W12 engine just lets itself down purely on fuel consumption. power range is great, but I prefer the V8 because it's kind of higher pitched, higher revving, and also kind of, you won't really notice a difference in terms of power. So if you're looking for a Continental GT, buy the V8S and not the W12, because the car expert told you to.
$250,000.
Great car though.
You know, we're talking about an epic car collection.
Got, like, you know, the Continental, you can option it with this clock. So when the screen opens and closes, when it closes, you get this nice clock, and when it opens, you've got the screen. Class. I have to say, Bentley's
These are the boring
done a great
rides.
job.
Assuming he's been allowed to keep any of them, that is. So in case you missed the single most shared argument of 2023 so far, Tate picked a fight with 19-year-old climate activist Greta Thunberg over just how many cars he had that burned heavy fossil fuels. The two traded jabs and
I got no problem with Greta Thunberg because I drive an electric car every day. That's my everyday car. So she would be very happy that
Very eco-friendly.
and I'm looking not to put petrol in my car and ruin the environment. So Greta would be very happy with me.
Tate eventually posted a response video, one that led to him getting arrested. He was wanted in Romania, and supposedly the pizza box in the video.
I think we should forward through this arresting stuff. Maybe it might not be the best thing.
What really had to hurt him was the seizing of many of his finest cars by the Romanians.
It's never nice to have your cars taken away.
In fact, nearly a dozen cars were reportedly raided. Those include his Rolls-Royce Wraith, Aston Martin Vanquish S Ultimate, a Porsche Carrera 4S, and several of his Ferraris. It also included, you guessed it, his $2.9 million Bugatti Chiron.
Looks like the Romanian police took everything. Oh well, don't know what to really say about that.
That poor Bugatti, locked up and scared with no one around to drive it.
If the Romanian police are watching and they do want to maybe sell that Bugatti at one point, if they don't want to give it back to him, maybe they could
Call me. I could buy it.
Andrew Tate and his brother are both fighting the charges leveled against them, including what they believe are the unlawful seizures of their luxury cars.
Look, jokes aside, let's hope he gets them back because they're all nice. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Check out our YouTube channel as well. And please guys, send me more videos because I'm really enjoying this reaction stuff. So please email them. We'll put a link there where to email them to. And yeah, look forward to hearing from you guys.